Hello, this is Russ again. We're going to follow through in the beginning of Genesis, trying to discover what God is like so that we can approach Him or continue on a pilgrimage towards God. As we mentioned before, science has expanded our understanding of what God is like. Uh, it kind of helps to understand then God's Word and science working together so that they all make sense. They fit together like right and left hand. And so we're going to go back just a moment and look at the beginning of Genesis and equate that to some scientific principles in physics. Going back, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and void, and darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was moving over the surface of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. Now, we have found through Albert Einstein, E equals mc squared, energy equals mass accelerated at the speed of light. In other words, mass and energy equate to each other. You can take anything that's an object, and if we can extract energy from it, actually, and we can take energy and turn it into mass. So when God spoke, what He did is He went within Himself, and there was nothing but Him, and He said, "Let there be light." So what did He do? He used the power, the energy within Himself, and He spoke mass into existence. The Big Bang Theory then is explained through E equals mc squared. Thus, God's Word is the most powerful thing in the universe because God, whatever God says, it will happen. Many times I have heard scientists looking at the universe, the stars above, and say, "I don't see how there could be a God. The universe is so vast." But the problem is, these people have humanized God. God is not a human being. God is extraterrestrial. And thus, we cannot look in the narrowness of our eyes and think that we know God by what we envision in our mind. We're just incapable of looking at God or seeing the infinity, the power, the majesty of who He is. Our mind is incapable of totally understanding God. It's like an ant trying to understand what we're like. And thus, the power, the majesty, the might, the holiness is of God is beyond what I can tell you. It's beyond anything we can say. For someone to say, "I don't see how God can do this or do that," they do not understand the tremendous intelligence, creative power, knowledge of God far beyond anything any human being could even understand. Take, for instance, the creatures in the earth. In the ocean, for example, there's millions of different creatures in the ocean. They say, the scientists say, they only know maybe 20% of the creatures in the ocean. They haven't even discovered them all. Each one of them have a sequential DNA instruction on how to make that creature. Can you imagine the immense intellectual power and ability of God to manipulate the smallest of molecules and to store as much information as the greatest computers on the face of this earth? God is tremendous. You cannot humanize God. You cannot think God can't do this or can't do that. God can only limit Himself by Himself because that is the way He is. This is Russ signing off for now. May God bless you all.